here's Bradley's 24-hour forecast.
Another hot one across Acadiana today, and we have seen at least a few isolated showers and storms develop this afternoon. Couple still ongoing here late this afternoon. We'll have a better look at that Doppler coming up in at the main weathercast. Rain chances in the 20 to 30% range through the rest of this evening, but then they'll be back as early as tomorrow morning in the 50 to 60% range, but not going to be a complete washout for our Labor Day. In fact, we'll hold our rain chances at around 40% through the rest of the day under otherwise partly to mostly cloudy skies, and temperatures will be topping out in the middle to upper 80s. Well, got to keep at least some rain chances through the middle parts of this week. We'll talk about why, have the very latest out in the tropics, and hopefully some nicer weather by the end of the week into next weekend. More on that coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Bradley. After Labor Day, St. Mary Parish Schools will host an enrollment event for students displaced by Hurricane Ida. The event will be held at the St. Mary Parish School Material and Operations Center in Morgan City on September 8th and 9th. That's this Wednesday and Thursday. From noon until 3 p.m., families will have the opportunity to engage with staff and enroll their kids in school. The goal of the event is to help kids stay on track with their educations even as recovery efforts continue. As we reported yesterday, activity has resumed at the New Orleans Louis Armstrong International Airport, albeit on a somewhat limited basis. A week after Hurricane Ida halted flights, JetBlue, Southwest, Delta, United, and Spirit returned to the air Saturday. As the airport returns to full service, so officials say cancellations are still possible. They are advising travelers to contact their respective airlines before they head to the airport. Dogs displaced by Hurricane Ida are headed to a new home in North Louisiana. In fact, more than 50 canines will soon be traveling to a shelter in Shreveport. And to make room, 50 dogs and puppies from Shreveport will arrive Monday at a shelter in Long Island, New York. That's all courtesy of the North Shore Animal League America in Port Washington. Coming up, warning of a possible civil war in Afghanistan, why it may happen, and what's being done after the evacuations. That's coming away at 5:43.
And rain chances increasing a little bit on us as we start the new week and as we go into our Labor Day tomorrow. We'll talk the numbers, but could there be some better news at the end of this week? We'll talk about it coming up right after the break.
You're watching Lafayette Crime Stoppers Crime of the Week.
Lafayette Crime Stoppers needs your help with any information that can identify the suspect responsible for a recent theft. On April 22nd, the suspect drove to a residence in the 3800 block of West Gloria Switch Road. The suspect knocked on the door, and when no one answered, the suspect steals a children's black and green motorized bike. Surveillance video captures the suspect as he places the bike inside of his vehicle, a white four-door Chevrolet pickup truck. The suspect left the residence headed eastbound on West Gloria Switch. The suspect is described as a white male wearing a black shirt, dark-colored shorts, and brown cowboy boots. The suspect appears to have a mustache or goatee and is balding on the top of his head. If you can identify this suspect or have any information about this crime, say it here. Call our tips line at 232-TIPS or submit your tip using our P3 Tips mobile app. On behalf of Lafayette Crime Stoppers, I'm Major Jules Broussard.
If you have any information on this crime, call Lafayette Crime Stoppers at 232-TIPS or submit your tips using the P3 mobile app. All calls remain anonymous. Only tips received through Lafayette Crime Stoppers that lead to an arrest are eligible for a cash reward.
Here's KATC meteorologist Bradley Benoit.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, the pattern has been pretty consistent this weekend with hot and humid conditions and at least a couple afternoon showers and storms. We'll start to introduce slightly better rain chances beginning tomorrow, at least through about the middle parts of the upcoming week. And then hopefully some better news by the end of the weekend to next weekend. More on that in just a bit. But first, high pressure has been pretty much in control. That's actually starting to weaken a little bit as upper level troughing begins to kind of eat away at it. And essentially that's just going to allow for more of a general weakness in the atmosphere to take shape across the area. In fact, frontal trough will be moving in a little bit later on tonight going into our Labor Day, which will help to serve as a focal point to see at least a bit more in the way of some scattered shower and storm activity. Now as we dial it into Power Doppler 3 here late this afternoon, one little shower here near the Dusson area in the western portions of Lafayette Parish. Kind of been watching this outflow boundary that's been extending from some of the storms out to the south. Sometimes that can help to generate at least some additional shower and thunderstorm activity, so we'll keep an eye on that. Another little lone shower in and around the Acadiana area here in extreme northern Vermilion Parish and southern Acadia Parish, kind of showing some signs of weakening. And again, further to the south, we did have a few kind of pop-up showers in and around Iberia Parish over the last couple of hours, but as that outflow kind of lifted to the north, those have since weakened, so generally quiet conditions there. And then further to the north, again, a couple little showers in extreme northern St. Landry Parish in and around the Palmetto area or just west of there, also showing some signs of weakening. So we'll hold rain chances in the 20, maybe close to 30% range at least through this evening. And then back to partly cloudy skies, but then here comes that frontal trough going into tomorrow, and I think we'll see a scattering of those showers and storms as early as tomorrow morning. Now, the day tomorrow is not going to be a complete washout, but if you do have any plans out there on your Labor Day, I would at least keep the umbrella handy, as we will have those showers and storms kind of lurking around the area. Temperatures settling into the middle and upper 80s throughout the day. And then with that boundary kind of draped across the area, going into Tuesday and Wednesday, I got to maintain at least some rain chances, and we will see a slight increase in tropical moisture due to Invest 91L, although the bulk of that moisture is actually going to be setting up more so just off to our east. Speaking of 91L, here it is. Still has a low end 30% chance to develop in the next 5 days, but it's going to be battling some high wind shear and dry air across the Gulf of Mexico, so that's why we're thinking that significant development is not likely. In fact, here's the latest GFS model, essentially just showing a plume of tropical moisture lifting to the north as we head over the next few days, but not showing anything organized. And again, bulk of this moisture kind of setting up just off to our east. That continues to slide east as we head into Thursday. And then I think we'll see enough upper level support to kind of push that frontal boundary farther off to our south to hopefully allow for some drier, more comfortable air to start filtering in as we round out the week. We could be still talking morning starts in the middle 60s, afternoon finishes in the middle to upper 80s going into Friday, Saturday, maybe even Sunday as well. So fingers crossed on that. Meanwhile, out in the Atlantic, I have to stress this is nowhere near Acadiana, but out in the Atlantic, we have Hurricane Larry, well-defined hurricanes here. Clearly can see the eye there. Winds at 125 miles per hour. It is a Category 3 storm, gusting to 150 miles per hour. Thankfully, it should just brush the little island here of Bermuda off to the east, so that would be good news, but still big swells coming into Bermuda, and even could be felt across the east coast of the United States, but not going to be dealing with any sort of hurricane impacts, and then harmlessly lifting out into the open North Atlantic, and the rest of the tropics at this time remains quiet. So a few isolated showers again this evening, partly cloudy skies otherwise, with again some scattered activity developing later on tonight going into tomorrow morning. Middle 70s for that overnight low. And then for our Labor Day, again, we'll say scattered showers and storms around under otherwise partly to mostly cloudy skies, middle to upper 80s temperatures throughout the day. And then as we head at least through midweek, again, rain chances in the 40% range as that boundary remains draped across the area. But then again, hopefully by Thursday into next weekend, rain chances come down and start to feel a little bit better out there, Scott, with morning lows perhaps in the 60s, afternoon highs middle to upper 80s.